Leader of Third Party.
Thank you, Honourable Speaker. Yesterday, the Premier finally announced an intention to fix the gaps in the federal sick pay program that leaves people forced to choose between staying home when they feel unwell or providing for their families, and leaves all workers much more vulnerable to COVID. In the midst of this third wave, fixing the gaps in the federal paid sick leave program is long overdue. I'm happy to hear of this intention, but I'm concerned about the timeline and the fact that there are still no details on an immediate program. Like many of the big issues facing British Columbia, this government seems to be waiting on federal leadership instead of being proactive. Creating a program to fix the gaps on paid sick leave should never have been put on the shelf, hoping that another level of government would take the lead. My question through you, Honourable Speaker, is to the Premier. Why did his government wait until after the federal budget, leaving us so far into this pandemic and into this third wave before deciding to act on sick pay?
Premier.
Thank you, Honourable Speaker, and I thank the Leader of the Third Party for her question. She will know that this government has been leading the discussion across the country with respect to paid sick leave. For over a year now, Honourable Speaker, I've been raising this issue at national tables that I have the privilege of sitting at, representing all of us, and bringing these issues forward. I was given a commitment, although I have to confess it was lonely at that time. I don't recall ever hearing from the official opposition a word about paid sick leave until yesterday. But I will say I want to commend the member for Shuswap for acknowledging today, on this most important of days, that we have all come to a new realization and understanding of the importance of these issues because of the challenges that we've all faced. So I lift my hands to the member for Shuswap for acknowledging that today. But with respect to the federal government, we had commitments from the Minister of Finance and the Prime Minister that there would be an effective national program. When they launched their program and it became abundantly clear that there were gaps and deficiencies in the program, we continued to lobby and advocate, and were given assurances that there would be a fix. We waited till the federal budget was presented and found that there was no fix available. We are now 7 business days since that time. Members. And I'll remind again the members from the official opposition, we wanted to bring in 3 hours of paid time to get a vaccination, and they spent 4 days debating it. 4 days to give people 3 hours off to get a vaccination. So I'm encouraged that when we bring legislation in this time, it will pass in 1 day.
Leader of Third Party on supplemental.
Thank you, Honourable Speaker, and thank you to the Premier for his response. I think that right now, in this third wave, that what workers are concerned more with is not who's leading the discussion, but who's leading the implementation of a policy that will ensure that they can stay home, when they are sick without risking being able to not pay rent or buy groceries. The Premier said about designing a sick pay program that, quote, "It's not about speed, it's about making sure we get it right." I respectfully disagree. Right now, time is of the essence. Workers should not have to choose between staying home when sick or providing for their families. And on this day of mourning for workers who have been killed, injured, or exposed to illness at work, we need to know that this government will work to protect workers right now. We need an immediate emergency program, or we are missing the most critical period of time during this pandemic when people urgently need the supports in place so they do not go to work when they feel unwell. My question again through you, Honourable Speaker, is to the Premier. Can we get clarity on exactly what the government is working on and when exactly this program will be rolled out to support workers?
Premier.
Thank you, Honourable Speaker. And again, I appreciate the question from the Leader of the Third Party. And as of 2 o'clock today, we have, I think, unanimous consent in this place to bring forward a paid sick leave program, and that will be happening in the days ahead. I look forward to the very brief debate and the implementation of a program that will protect workers.